The microphone's on, and press that button, and I think we are live. We're live. Good evening, everybody. Thank you very much for joining us. As always with these live streams, please let me know if you can hear us and see us okay. I'm joined tonight by Pete.
Hello.
And Arthur.
Hi.
And we're going to be bringing you a 3-player tutorial and playthrough of Rise of Babel, which is a new game coming to Kickstarter, I believe, on the 9th of July. So we're giving you this video tonight to help you make a decision about whether it's the kind of game that you like. This is a sponsored playthrough, so thank you very much to Bedouin Games for sponsoring this playthrough. And because of that, you're not going to find any opinions from any of us. We all do have our own opinions on this game. We are all, after all, human. But because it's a sponsored video, we're just going to be here to show you how it plays and help you make a decision about whether it's the kind of game that you're going to be interested in. There is going to be a link to the Kickstarter in the description of this video, and let me know if it helped you make a decision. So, has to be said, this is a prototype copy of the game. The game is not out yet, although it's a very fine-looking prototype that is probably as good a quality as the final version of the game. But because the game hasn't gone live on Kickstarter yet, I cannot guarantee that the final version of the game is going to look like this. They might still be updating some of the components, they might be updating the graphic design, and they may even tweak some of the rules. So if you are watching this video in 5 years' time, after you've just bought this game from a shop, and you're thinking, Paul, you're getting one of the rules wrong. That's not what it says in the rule book. They might change some of the rules. The idea of this video is it will give you a good idea of how the game's going to play. They're not going to change the rules massively. They just might make some final tweaks. We have at least one of the designers joining us tonight in the chat, possibly the other one as well. And there is going to be an expansion for this game, which I think they're going to put on the Kickstarter at the same time. What you're going to see tonight is I would class this as a light to medium game. Don't know if you two feel the same.
Yeah.
Okay. But the expansion turns it into more of a gamer style game.
Okay.
So if you're watching this video and you think, oh, it's a little bit light for me, then have a look at the expansion. The advantage of a game of this sort of weight and complexity is that it increases the target audience and the accessibility. And you can just play this version with one group of people, and you can introduce the expansion with the other group of people, for example. Right, what are we trying to do? So we are basically competing to get influence, which is the victory points of this game. We're going to be playing over 3 rounds. We are going to be loading up our elephants with resources. We are going to be sending those elephants towards the towers, depositing the resources there to help build the towers. When all of these spaces are filled, the game is interrupted and we do a scoring round, and then we move to round 2. We get some new tiles here. We do the same thing again. Then we go to round 3. When round 3 towers are filled, we do final scoring, and then that's the end of the game. So yeah, we're going to be playing the game over 3 rounds. The victory points or the influence is tracked here. We have 10s and we have 1s. So we will be gaining most of our points, I think, during the game. But there is a scoring round at the end of round 1, end of round 2, and end of round 3. And that scoring is all based on the towers up here. So I'm just going to press this button here, and hopefully it's the right one. It is the right one. So we have, this is the size of the tower, the main tower for round 1. We also have these smaller towers, which were chosen at random from a big stack. And there are 3 of them because we're playing a 3-player game tonight. This game is for 1 to 4 players. There is a solo mode in the game, but you only use 1 of these towers for each player in the game. So with 4 players, you use 4 of these towers. It makes it go on a little bit longer. And as I mentioned, when all of these spaces are filled, that is going to be the end of round 1. The 4 types of resources in the game, there's stone, there's bricks, there's tar, and there is wood. And you will get bonuses for placing them on the matching spaces. You don't have to place them on the matching spaces, but if you do, you're going to get a bonus. But essentially, the placement of the tiles in here is going to score you the points at the end of the round. And the way that that works is based on the scoring conditions down here. Now, we've all played the game before, so I'm not doing a full teach for Arthur and Pete before we start. I'm just going to give you an overview, and then we'll explain the rest of the rules as we're going along. But essentially, the blue stone blocks will score if they are in a vertical column. So if you have them horizontally or diagonally, not going to score. You need to score. You need to have them in a vertical column. The wood is what scores in the horizontal row. The stone scores if it's diagonal, and the tar scores if it is adjacent to another tar. Now, must be said that it's your own resources that score. So, for example, and we're just going to show you this very quickly here. If I come along and I say, oh, I'm going to place some wood here, right? And then I'm also going to place some more wood next to it, right? That means I'm going to get 3 points in the scoring. But then if Pete comes along and he puts a wood there, then he's not going to get any points for that, because one wood in a horizontal line is not going to score any points. I'm only going to score 3, but what Pete's done by putting that there is blocked me from putting my piece of wood there, which would have got me 6 points. So the different resources essentially is what I'm saying will score based on the position that they are in the scoring round. And we'll explain more of that later on. So the core mechanism of this game is it is a deck building game. There are a lot of similarities with some other deck building games, but for those of you watching that don't know deck building games, I will explain it. You have a deck of cards. Everybody has the same deck of cards, which is 10 cards at the start of the game. You will shuffle that deck of cards and you will draw 5 of them into your hand. We're each going to take it in turns, and on your turn, you will play all of those 5 cards from your hand. You cannot keep any cards from one turn to the next, and the cards will do various things. And cards will also have gold on them. And you can spend that gold. Gold is not a resource in the game that you can save from one turn to the next, but you will spend those gold resources to buy new cards. So we have a market over here. I'm just going to press this button. This is the market. So we have a big deck of cards here. We have 5 cards from that deck in the market. And we also have Teamsters and Jobs. These are 2 additional cards. Now, what you probably can't see from the overhead camera is this is actually a pile of cards. So we've got a pile of Jobs here and a pile of Teamsters. These are always fixed, 2 piles of cards for the game. But these 5 cards were just taken at random from the top of the market deck. And every time you buy a card from the market, it gets replaced by a new card. The cost to buy is it printed in the top left. And when you buy a new card, that card will become part of your deck. So this is the idea of a deck building game, is that your deck starts off small, and over the course of the game, you will be adding new cards, more powerful cards into it, which means the asymmetric nature of the game develops over the course of the game, depending on which cards you buy. Again, you'll see all of that happening later on. I'll also very quickly show you my player board. So everybody has a player board, which starts off pretty much the same. You've got 4 resources. You have the bricks, you have the stone, you have the tar, you have the wood. Each one has its own track. And what we're going to be doing in this game is we're going to be upgrading this token by moving it to the right. And every time it moves to the right, it unlocks one of these special bonuses. So the further you move an individual piece, the better the bonuses get. Also, on the left-hand side, you have your stalls. This contains 3 resources that were chosen at random from your bag of resources. There are 28 resources, 7 of each of the 4 types. And what you do at the start of the game is you shuffle it and you pick 3 out at random. We're going to be using those resources. We're going to be transporting them from here onto the main board, where our elephants will then carry them to the towers, or you will move them from here into your warehouse. Now, when they're in your warehouse, you can do various things with them, and we'll come on to that much later on as well. But yes, we all have our own individual player board. What else to explain before we start? I think that's probably about it for an overview. Now, what I was going to do, because the use of the cards in this game is important, and just for a refresher for you two, we're going to go through the cards which I've got in my hand, and I'm going to show you what they do individually. Where is Paul's pointy stick of power? Yes, I've misplaced it. I've not lost it, I've misplaced it. So apologies to Rob, who made me a very nice pointy stick of power. I've gone back to the old one for now. So let's go through my starting 10 cards, and we'll very briefly tell you what these do. First of all, everybody starts the game with 1 riches card. This generates 2 gold. You will use gold to buy new cards. You also start the game with 2 wealth cards. Again, these simply generate 1 gold. So if in my turn I played those 3 cards, I would have 4 gold. I could then use that 4 gold to buy some new cards. So that's those explained. That's nice and easy. The next card to explain is loading. And once you understand the iconography in this game, it will flow a lot clearer. It's fairly simple. But that is take a resource from one of my stalls, which is one of these 3, and place it into my camp. So my camp is on the main board. It's where the elephants are at the start of the game. And that's what that card does. Now, if we look at the next card, this actually has 2 different uses. So I can use it to do the same thing as I've just mentioned, which is to put a resource from one of my stalls onto the camp. Or instead, I could use it to move my elephant forward 1 space. So that's what that card does. The next card I wanted to explain is Voyage, which is two things that we've already seen. First of all, I can use it to move my elephant forward one space, or I could use it as a gold. So sometimes with these cards, which are dual use, you have to make an important decision about which of those abilities you want to use. The next card to explain, this is really powerful. This is Fast Track. This has two possibilities. The first one is move a resource from one of your stalls to your warehouse. So that is where you move a resource from here up to here. Now it has to be said that every time you move a resource out of your stalls, you immediately replenish it with a new one from the bag. Or instead of doing that, you can move a resource from your warehouse directly to the tower. So what that does is it saves you having to move it to your camp and then transport it all the way to the tower. You can use the top ability of this Fast Track card to take it straight from the warehouse and put it straight into one of the towers. When we say into one of the towers, you can choose freely where to put it. You don't have to put it in here first. You've got complete freedom over where you put it, but all of this has to be full for the round to end. That's the Fast Track card. Next card to explain, this has got two different abilities. The bottom one is really easy to explain. It will just generate you 1 gold. The top ability is spend 3 gold. So in other words, you must have had 3 other cards or 3 other gold from 3 gold from other cards in play, is what I'm trying to say. And then what you do is you place a wildcard token into the tower. Now the wildcard tokens we haven't actually mentioned yet, but the wildcard tokens are here. They are a fixed resource. The resource is not wild, but they have all 4 player colours. So what they do is when they are in the tower, any player can use those tiles to help make a combo at the end of the round. And you'll see that used to great effect later on. Hopefully better than I did this afternoon. The next 2 cards are very similar. You have Upgrade and Overhaul. I say very similar because apart from Overhaul, which could be used just to get 1 gold, the abilities on these cards are absolutely identical, but Overhaul has that icon. That icon means that in order to use that ability, you have to trash this card. Now, trash means remove this card from the game. So Overhaul is essentially, it's an upgrade that's only usable once. When you've used it, that card is gone. Or you don't have to use it for that, you could just keep it for a gold. So what does Upgrade do? Well, it does 2 things. The first one is you move a resource from one of your stalls to your warehouse. So we move a resource from here into here. But then what it does is it moves the corresponding token 1 space to the right. So we have just upgraded a tar from here to here, and then that would get replaced, which means I move my tar marker or token 1 space to the right. So the upgrade card with that particular icon, that is how you move these things to the right. And I'm not going to explain what each one of these does now. We'll explain that over the course of the game. Those are the 10 starting cards. So if we want to shuffle our decks, now we do need to pick a start player at random. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the elephants and I'm going to drop them from a great height. Don't try this at home. And we're going to drop them next to this elephant. So this is the elephant for the 4th player who's not with us tonight. And I'm going to drop these elephants. So green is the start player. Now, when we get to the end of the game, which is when the 3rd round is all full, you will play until all players have had the same number of turns. So we need to remember that Pete is the start player. And that means that Arthur will take the last turn in the game. I don't think this copy of the game came with a start player token. I'm going to suggest to them that they might want to add one. If one was included, let me know, because I couldn't find one anyway. Anyway, so we've done our setup. We've got our 5 starting cards, and what's going to happen is as we start to take our actions in the game, I will then explain things in a bit more detail. So the rules of the game, as we have them at the moment, say that on your turn, you are supposed to play your 5 cards out and then you resolve them in whatever order you want. What we found what we did this afternoon is we kind of played the cards one at a time. It doesn't really matter. Just remember that you will play all of your 5 cards on your turn. So, Pete.
Okay. So I've got
You can use that as a gold, and you can use that as a gold.
And I'm going to use.
And you're going to use that as a gold. So there's 4 gold.
4 gold. And then I've got these 2 as well.
Okay.
So loading allows me to take a tile from my stall.
Yeah, and
put it
onto your camp.
my camp, which is over
So
there.
you're going to put some blue stone blocks there,
So
and that gets replenished immediately.
And that gets replenished immediately. Yeah. So another comes out of my bag and goes on here, and it's a tar.
Mm-hmm.
The next one I'm going to do is an upgrade, so I can move one of those, which is going to be that one. I'm going to put it there and replace it immediately.
Yeah.
And then this goes to the right.
Yep.
Which means that this goes into
your warehouse.
Into my warehouse.
Yeah. So what Pete's just done is he's moved his marker to the right, and if you just have a quick look at my player board, you will notice that the first space that each one of these moves to contains one of these tiles. So each player has 4 double resource tiles. These do not go in the bag. These start off here. They're randomized, and as soon as you move one of your tokens onto that space, it unlocks this and it goes into your warehouse. Now, this double resource piece is very powerful because when you place it, you can count it as either stone or tar, and in the scoring round, it acts as both. Okay.
Now, before I make a final decision about these and buy, can we just be sure about what this symbol there means?
So, which one do you want to know about?
This one, the Wise card.
The Wise card.
It's just there.
I was looking for my pointy stick. So this here is you take a resource at random out of your bag.
Yes.
And place it in the tower.
Okay.
And that one is move a resource from your stall to your camp. So that's an icon we've seen before. These are icons we've seen before, but that's the new one.
Okay.
And you'll notice that there are a lot of new icons on these cards, but don't worry, because the game does come with a little sheet which tells you what all of the icons do. So that's quite handy.
Well, I'm going to spend my 4 money, my 4 gold, and I'm going to buy Wise.
Yeah. Now, just before you do, just pop it back.
Yep.
Also notice here, there is a number 2 with an orange background. That means at the end of the game, Pete is going to gain 2 points. So the end of game scoring, once the game has finally finished, is all of these cards that you've bought, well, some of them, or most of them, are worth a certain number of points. So by buying that card, you have effectively gained 2 points, which you will score at the end of the game.
That means I'm winning.
You are.
Well, you are, because you've got... So he doesn't score those points right now. He will only score them at the end of the game. And we replace that with a new card. Then what happens is Pete is going to put all of the cards that he's played this turn, remember you can't keep any cards in your hand, onto his discard pile, and then he will draw 5 new cards. You always draw 5 new cards. Now, his deck is empty, but you don't do that yet.
Oh, sorry.
So when your deck is empty and you need to draw a card, that is when you shuffle your discard pile, you make a new deck, and then you carry on drawing. So as I mentioned, over the course of the game, you'll be buying new cards. When you buy a card, it goes to your discard pile, and then when your deck is empty and you need to draw one, you shuffle your discard pile, make a new deck, and then you carry on drawing. Right, my go. Well, I did shuffle my cards, but I have drawn, they're all gold. So if I really wanted to, I could play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 gold.
Wow. Why not?
I mean, why not? So I'm just going to play all of my cards as gold, and I'm going to buy a big 6-point card. I'm going to buy the contractor. So that goes to my discard pile. These go to my discard pile, and then I draw my remaining 5 cards. I think that's a lucky, strong first move, having all of that gold in hand. But
I'm very envious of that.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
So, my go.
You go.
I am playing a card which allows me to move a tar from my stall to the encampments.
Yep. Some tar.
And then...
And you replace that?
I replace that, that's why I did it. That's the most important reason. I've got some wood. Yeah. Maybe. Then, I'm going to play an upgrade action.
Okay. What are you going to upgrade?
Wood to the warehouse.
Yep.
Which is immediately replaced.
Yep.
And moves this wood to here.
Yep. Unlocking that.
Does that go in the warehouse?
It goes straight in the warehouse, yeah. There's a little icon underneath it telling you where it goes.
Oh, yeah. I would have known.
Okay, 2 cards played.
Then I'm going to do an overhaul, which is
like an upgrade, but it's going to trash itself.
It's going to trash itself.
So
yeah, so it allows me to move.
Do exactly the same as you've just done for an upgrade, but the card is then.
So that goes to the warehouse.
You're going to move the wood marker again. Right, I'll show you my player board because I'll show you the ability that Arthur has just unlocked. He's just unlocked this ability. Now, these are icons that you've all seen before. This icon here is a resource from your stall, and this is the tower. So immediately, what Arthur's going to do is he's going to move 2 resources from his stall straight into the tower.
Should be that one and that one.
Now, I think I mentioned earlier, you can place these resources on any empty space. You cannot put them on top of another resource, but the space has to be empty. You do not have to match, so you can literally place them anywhere you want to, but if you do place it on a matching icon, you immediately gain 1 point.
Yeah, so I guess
that's probably the best move. So you get 1 point because there's a match.
Yep.
And what Arthur's trying to do is he's trying to vertically align them because the blue stones, they're the ones that need to be vertically.
And then for my last 2 cards, I think I'm going to play these for the money. So I've got 1 money, 2 money.
Mm-hmm.
Now we'll get a very poor card.
There was a question in the chat about, do cards immediately get replaced from the market? Yes, they do. So if you went in, like I had 6 gold, I didn't need to buy the 6 card. I could have bought a 3 card. It would have got replaced, and then I could have bought another 3 card, or less. You don't have to spend all of your gold. Whereas the 6 card looked very powerful, so I thought, I love that.
So I'm going to buy the worker.
Yeah. Now, before you do, Arthur, just leave the card there, because I've mentioned that these cards have victory points in orange, which is only scored at the end of the game, but the worker has a blue victory point icon with the arrow, which is here. This is scored immediately, so as soon as Arthur buys the worker, he immediately gains 1 point.
There's my point. Here's the card. Everything is discarded. I'm done.
Pete.
Okay, well, I'm going to play fast track.
Okay.
And I'm going to take this one
straight into the tower.
And I'm going to put it there.
All right, so what that's done, as we showed off in the example, is Pete has successfully blocked Arthur from getting the 6 points in the scoring by putting his own piece.
And I'm going to play elephants, which I'm going to load up my elephant with some bricks.
So loading up elephants is not an action. You can do that whenever you want to. My advice is to wait until the very last moment, i.e. now, because otherwise you might change your mind. For example, if Pete had multiple different resources here, he would now make the decision of which one to load. Once the elephant has left the camp, you can no longer load it. Okay, you can only load it when it's in the camp, and it moves 1 space.
Yep.
So it's now there. Should the yellow one be there? The yellow one should be there, should it? That was the one we dropped them on. We just left it. There you go. You can have that as the first player marker.
Imaginary elephant.
I'll put him there. Right. And the other 3 cards I'm going to play for gold.
Okay.
And then I'm feeling lucky, so I'm going to take the gambler.
You're going to take the gambler. Okay. Right.
And this is why you didn't shuffle and turn the deck over before, because those now
go in. So now what's going to happen is Pete needs to draw a card. So he doesn't have any cards. So he shuffles his deck. He shuffles his discard pile, makes a new deck, and then carries on drawing. Okay, well, we know exactly which 5 cards I've got in hand. It's the non-money cards, which is fine. I'm okay with that. I am comfortable with that. So what I'm going to do is I am going to play. Now, do we do something similar to what Arthur did? Based on what I've got here. Okay, I'm going to I'm going to play upgrade, and I'm going to move this brick to here, and I'm going to move my blue brick marker to here, which puts that to there. That's that done. I'm now going to replace that. And then I am going to play overhaul. So again, it's very, very similar to the upgrade. I'm going to trash the card, and I am going to upgrade. I'm going to move the tar into here to move that marker along, which unlocks that, and then that gets replaced. Right. Now then, I'm tempted to fast track. Well, I'm going to play loading first because loading only has one option. And I'm going to move this stone to my camp. Then I'm going to play elephants, and I'm going to load that stone onto the elephant, and I'm going to move it to there. And then I'm going to play fast track. And I think, because I've got plenty of resources here, I think I'm going to move one of these. I'm going to move this one to here, which does match, so I get a point. Now, just before the end of my turn, there are 3 more rules that I want to tell you about. First of all, at any point on your turn, if you're not happy with the resources that you've got here, you can spend a gold to cycle any number of these resources. You don't have to cycle all of them, but what you do is you set aside any number of these resources, you draw new ones, and then at the end of your turn, the ones that you set aside will go back into your bag. So that's one thing that you can do on your turn. And I believe, the designers will correct me if I'm wrong, that you can actually do that more than once, should you do it and not get what you want. The other thing, as you will see depicted here, it's got 3 of those icons to a gold. That means on your turn, you may return 3 of these resource markers to your bag from your warehouse to gain a gold. Now, you might think that that's actually quite inefficient, but that gold might make a big difference. It might give you that extra 1 gold that you need to be able to buy a card. So they are things that you can do on your turn. The other thing that you can do on your turn, it's printed in the top left of the board. And the reason why it's printed in the top left of the board is that the suggested game setup has the market at the top there. For today, we've got the market here. But what that icon is spend 1 gold to cycle all of these cards from the market. And this time you don't get a choice, you have to get rid of them all. But what happens is you get rid of them all, and then we get 5 new ones. So those are just 3 additional options that you have on your turn. Right, Arthur, you'll go. Oh, I need to draw cards, don't I? Go on.
Fast track. I am going to use the top option, which is move goods from the warehouse to the tower. And move one of these. No, I'm going to move this one.
Okay. So it does match.
Scores a point.
So you get a point.
Then I'm going to play loading. I'll move the tar from the stall to the encampment.
I get replaced.
Oh yeah, why do it? Come on, be a good one. Yes, that was kind of the one.
Got what you wanted?
Yeah. Then we briefly check. I can't do. No, okay, fine. So now I have 2 money, 3 money, 4 money.
4 monies.
So I'm going to buy a 4 money
or
card.
3 money and use that ability. But
yeah, I looked at that.
It's not good for.
Actually, I put a. This is a wild.
It's one of these wild ones
into,
on there.
Yeah,
but
I think at this stage of the game I'd rather have
okay.
a card.
Yeah, buy a card.
So before to spend.
So you've got blocks. You've got skill. You could buy a lower value one as well,
Yeah,
or you could buy
two
of these. Yeah.
I quite like blocks. So I'm going to take blocks.
Blocks was good in the last game, wasn't it?
These are all discarded. No cards. You'll go, Peter.
Okay. Well, let's load tar into here.
Mm-hmm.
And let's 1, 2, 3. Let's buy some gold card for 3.
Okay. So spend 3 gold to buy gold.
I'm sure it will turn out to be a wise thing to do. Here we are.
Wise.
Wisdom has arrived.
You're going to do it.
Okay, everybody.
You're going to take a random resource from your bag and put it straight into.
Oh, it's a random, is it?
Randy's got the question mark on it.
Oh, well, I got to choose one.
No.
Oh no. Okay.
If you asked him what he did, that's what he told.
I had one in the last game that allowed me to choose one.
Well, that's not what I wanted, but never mind. I'm going to go here, which gets me a
Which
point.
makes you a point.
And then I take a replenish here. And then take one and put it over there.
Over here. Yep.
Let's take one and put it over there. Let's take that one. That one. That's my go.
Right. Well, got upgrade. So I'm going to play it and I'm going to upgrade this wood. Moves to there, which gets that. Then I am going to fast track and I'm going to take this wood stroke brick piece and I'm going to put it there. So that has made a vertical column of 2 bricks. So I've now got 3 gold and the purchase card. So I'm in the same position as Arthur. I could spend 4 gold to buy something, or I could use that 3 gold to put a wild card on the board. I think I'm going to make the same decision as Arthur. I'm going to spend 4 gold and I'm going to buy. Now that is interesting, isn't it?
Lots of elephant jokes in the chat.
There's elephant jokes in the chat. Okay. It doesn't surprise me.
Apparently, Paul, your elephant is stoned and your name is now Dude.
Dude. Okay. I'm tempted to take the skill, but I'm not. I'm going to buy this card, which gets replaced immediately, and then I'm going to buy this card. So both of those go to my discard pile. That goes to my discard pile, and now I draw 5 new cards.
Okay, I'm going to do another upgrade.
Another upgrade, yep.
So I'm going to move the wood to my warehouse. Moves the wood, and now I have to make a decision.
Right, yes. So this is another part of the game that we can now explain. So on your player board, you have 4 spaces that all have an identical ability. And Arthur has just moved his wooden marker to here. So actually, he's got 2 options. The first option is to increase the carrying capacity of his elephant. And the way that you do that is you take your elephant piece and it comes with 2 additional bits that you slot on the end. So this shows that if you've got this one, it can carry 2 goods, and then if you upgrade it again, it can carry 3 goods. So at the start of the game, your elephant can only carry 1 good. That's the first option that you can choose. The other option that you can choose is to take a speciality tile. Now the speciality tiles are here, and in fact I might have a preset for these. Let me just have a look. Yes, I do. So these are these are speciality tiles. There's 1 for each type of resource in the game. There's 2 of each. A single player cannot have both of the same. And if you choose to take one of these, then what you do is you take it from here and you put it into your camp. And as you probably can't see, because it's quite small, the iconography on here says that whenever your elephant arrives at the tower with one of these resources on it, you score a point. And if it arrives with 2 of the resources on it, you'll score 2 points. So essentially, every time you hit one of those spaces, you either upgrade the carrying capacity of your elephant or specialize in a type of resource, which means every time you deliver that type of resource, you will get more points. Arthur, which one would you like to do?
Having thought about it, I'm going to extend the length of my elephant.
Okay, so we just slot that onto the end. Your carrying capacity is now 2.
Now, I haven't done this before, but I think this is illegal. I believe it's a free action, trash these 3 for money.
For gold, yeah.
Do they
You don't trash them, they go back to your bag.
Okay.
But replace that.
Do they have to? Oh yeah, they've got to replace that. Yes. Do
They
they?
can be absolutely anything.
They can be anything. So specific requirement be the same. Just happens they are the same. Right, so these go in the bag, generating a money.
So there's 1 gold.
And I have 2 gold, 3 gold, 4, 5, 6 gold.
This is very different from the game we played this afternoon. In the game we played this afternoon, we were struggling to get 3 gold at a time.
And buying the double elephant move.
Right. But now we're getting 5s and 6s. It means our powerful cards are going to come out more often.
Okay. I'm going to play Upgrade, which for which I move bricks into my warehouse. I'll immediately replace the tile with a stone, and then I advance.
And you've got the same option as Arthur. Carrying capacity or specialization.
I think I'm going to upgrade my elephant to Elephant 2.0.
Elephant 2.0. Yep. There you go. That goes on there.
And then I'm going to move my elephant and fast track let's fast track.
It's from your warehouse.
It's from my warehouse, sorry. I'll fast track it to there.
Okay, so the ability of that space is to move a resource to the
I'll
camp.
put that there.
Yep.
Replace it. And then I have 3 golds to spend.
3 gold.
I will spend my 3 gold on a guide.
On the guide.
With his double elephant ability. And that's my go.
Okay. Cool. Right. I should have been looking at my cards. I mean, this contractor is amazing. Everybody should hire this guy. It's move a resource from my stalls straight to the temple.
Wow.
And get a gold.
Wow.
Very, very good. It's also really interesting that we've currently put 8 resources into the tower, and none of us have actually had an elephant reach there yet.
I dream of my elephant.
Yours is still at home.
It's getting there. It's getting there.
Reading the Elephant Daily News. So, I mean, the loading card has no other use other than move something from there to there. So let's move the tar from there to there. That's the first thing to do. Now then, 1, 2. Yeah, okay. So I am going to play the contractor. So the contractor can either be played for 2 gold, or it can move a resource from here to the tower and get 1 gold. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to move this wood to here, which immediately allows me to put a resource on my camp. So I'm going to put this tar onto my camp. Again, replaced immediately. So that's that. So I've got 1 gold to spend. I am then going to move the elephant to here, and I'm going to use Voyage to move the elephant to here. So we've arrived. Huzzah! So, where am I going to put this? That is the question. So, if you complete a tower, you get 1 point. So I could put the stone there and I would get 1 point, but that stone is not going to score me anything at all. But I might still want to do that for reasons that we haven't explained yet. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to put it there. I'm going to complete that tower, which is going to score me 1 immediate point. Right, and then with my 1 gold that I had from the contractor, plus another 1 gold from the wealth, I'm going to buy... Oh, and the elephant goes back home. I'm going to buy jobs. Goes to my discard pile. Those go to my discard pile, and then I draw 5 cards. We're done.
Okay, so I have blocks. This allows me to move goods from the stall to the tower directly.
The thing that I've just done.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
yeah, see, I didn't get that in the game this afternoon. You two had that. Didn't realise how good it was.
It is a very good card.
Vertical, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Then I am going to play fast. Oh, I've got to place that. I'll continually any stone you like.
As long as it's grey.
Then I will move goods from my stall to the warehouse, which has got to be a stone replaced. And then I'm going to play a similar card. Oh, not going to be the elephant. Maybe I should move the elephant. Yeah, this elephant's being a bit lazy. Let's load up.
So you're going to load up 2 tar.
I'm going to move the elephant one space. And then I'm going to move some goods from the stall to the encampment.
More tar. More tar vicar.
Which gets replaced. And then sadly, I've got only money.
Okay, so 1 gold could refresh the market, or it could cycle these tiles if you wanted to.
I choose not to refresh the market.
Okay.
You could buy yourself an ice cream in the bazaar.
Yes. Raspberry Ripple.
No, I'm good.
You good?
Yep.
Okay. So Arthur's only got 1 card, so he draws that 1 card, shuffles his deck, and then draws 4 more.
Okay, so let's start with the gambler.
Right. So the gambler. If I can just borrow the card, I'll show this. I'll show this on my screen. So there's a couple of cards in the deck that look like this. When you play this card, you draw a tile out of your bag, and then what you get depends on the tile. So Pete has just drawn out of his bag some tar, which means he immediately gets to do that ability, which is to place one of the wild cards into the tower, and then that goes back in the bag.
Okay,
So
well,
that's back in your bag.
just happens.
So it's one of the wild cards.
So one of those wild cards. Well, let's just. The only card I need is the Ace of Spades. I think that's what happens when you draw the gambler.
There you go.
Let's go there.
Now that is a wood placed on top of a wood, so
Yep.
you do get a point for that. And as I mentioned earlier on, the wild cards or the wild resources, they are all player colours. Now, because that's a wood and wood only scores horizontally, the only person that's going to benefit from this is Pete with that there. But we saw in the last game that the wild resources can actually help multiple players if placed correctly. Or incorrectly in my case, because I placed it and everybody else scored points from it.
I'm going to play upgrade.
Yep.
So this little blue fellow here can go up there and replace him.
Okay, we got another thing to show you. So Pete has just moved his blue brick marker onto this space here. So that icon is draw a card. So immediately what's going to happen is Pete is going to draw 1 card from his deck and he's going to get a double elephant move. And that happens now.
So double elephant.
So the first elephant move goes to here.
And
You
that's
drop
going to
that
go
off.
there.
And I think, and this didn't happen in our game this afternoon, I think your second elephant move is wasted.
The elephant is wasted.
Yes.
Already reached its destination.
It was your elephant that was stoned. So, okay.
So even though you had 2, as soon as you get there, I believe, and I'm looking to the chat for the designers to back me up on this, that you lose any remaining
Okay.
movement points.
Well, in which case, I'm going to say near because I've got a double
He's,
elephant.
he's off again. Right.
There he goes.
What resources would you like to load onto the elephant?
Let's have a couple of tars.
Couple of tar.
Tar very much.
And then you're moving 2.
I'm moving 2.
He's off again.
There he goes.
Yes,
Speedy.
when you reach the tower, you lose any remaining elephants.
Oh,
I
okay.
think so. Or any remaining movement points. You don't lose the elephant. The elephant's still there.
That'd be embarrassing. Loading. Let's move that into there. I should have done that before, and then I could. Never mind. And then I've got 2 money to spend. What am I going to do? I think I'll have this one.
Okay, got it?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, good. And that's my go.
So, how are we looking? The towers are getting quite full. Yeah, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the Teamster card. So this is one of the cards which is always available in the game, and it has 2 abilities. The first ability is trash this card to draw a card and get an elephant movement, or trash this card to draw a card and then move a resource to your camp. Now, when cards are trashed, they are normally removed from the game. But when a Teamster or Jobs is trashed, it actually just goes back to the pile. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use it for its top ability. So I'm going to trash this card, draw a new card, and move my elephant one space. So I draw a new card, that goes back here, and I'm going to move my elephant, load it up with some tar, move it one space. Right, what I'm then going to do is I am then going to play Upgrade, and I'm going to upgrade this brick to there, which moves the brick marker to there, and I'm going to do something different. I'm going to specialise in tar.
Ooh.
So I'm going to keep the capacity of my elephant at 1, but I am going to specialise. So every time I deliver tar to the tower, I'm going to gain 1 point.
Okay. Where's my elephant gun? Where's my elephant?
You're not allowed to shoot each other's elephants in this game.
Now that's only when my elephant arrives at the tower. So if I was to move tar to the tower through other means,
I hope so.
it doesn't work. Otherwise, that'd be
Otherwise,
way
I've done a different thing. Wouldn't
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, because I've got the contractor again, which is really good. So I think I'm going to. Ooh. Right. How can I get some nice juicy points from this? Okay, I am going to use the contractor for its top ability. I am going to move. I don't want either of these. I want tar. Okay. Not going to do that just yet. I'm going to play fast track. Oh no, it doesn't help. No, it's fine. I'm going to use contractor. I'm going to take this stone. I'm going to put it here. Yeah, you'll see why in a minute. And I've got 1 gold from that. 1 gold from that floating. I am then going to play fast track, and I'm going to move.
You're going to replace this.
I'm going to replace that. This actually doesn't matter now. I had a plan.
Is it a cunning plan?
It was cunning, but it didn't work. I'm just going to put that there, which is a matching thing, so I get a point. And I've completed that tower, so I get another point. Then I'm going to play elephants. And then I'm going to play wealth. That gold combined with that gold is going to get me another Teamster.
Okay, so
Me done.
this didn't arise in a previous game,
Okay.
so I can't remember. What is this?
Yeah, so we didn't get to this afternoon. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at my board. So if you move your wood marker all the way to the end, it unlocks this piece. Now this, it works in a similar way to your double resource tiles, except it's all 4. So when you place it, you can choose which one it counts as, but for the purposes of scoring, it acts as all 4. Now the special rule about this is, and we haven't explained this yet, but at the end of a round, all of these tiles, well, the wild ones are going to go back here, but all of the other tiles are going to go back in the player's bag. That tile does not. If you look carefully, it's actually got an icon in the middle, which is the warehouse. So what happens if this is been used to build the towers at the end of the round, it will return to your warehouse. It will never go to your bag.
That's pretty good.
So that's what that does.
All right, so I'm going to play an upgrade.
Yeah, you're going to do it.
I will upgrade the wood, which causes this one to move to here.
There you go.
Which causes that to go into the warehouse.
Into the warehouse. Yep.
Right. Then I will move my elephant once. Then I'll use my elephant. I'll move my elephant again once. So I'm going to use this middle option, not
Which is just move the elephant
move the
once.
elephant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So your elephant has arrived and delivers 2 tar to the towers. 1 gets you a point. Okay. And tar just wants to be adjacent to other tar of the same player.
Then I'm going to play fast track. move this tile from the warehouse.
The super tile.
tower.
And count it as tar
Yep.
in the scoring. Well, count it as everything, but
Yep.
tar is what you want.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then,
There's more.
I'm sorry, I've got to replace that, which I've got to do. Wood. Lastly, I am going to play loading, which will move
put something
something
here.
from here to the encampment, which is really probably more readying for next round rather
Yeah.
than anything else. So I guess I'll move the stone.
Pete, you'll go.
4 gold, which I'm not going to spend immediately.
Okay.
However, elephants. My elephant is going to.
So you've turned up with 2 tar.
Yeah. And that's going to go there.
Yeah. No, doesn't match, so no point.
That is going to go there, which
Yeah.
allows me to move a tile
Resource
from
to your camp.
here to my camp.
And you've completed that tower,
So I get a
so you gain
point.
a point.
And then I'm going to play fast track to move one of the. I replace that tile there.
Oh, we're going to have a scoring round, I believe,
Fast track to move this one to here.
Yeah. which gets you a point because you've completed a tower. Now, what happens is, as soon as all of the towers are complete, you interrupt the game. So the game goes on pause. Even if another player was in the middle of their turn, if they still had cards in their hand, you put everything on hold, you do the scoring, and then after the scoring, you resume the game. So we press the pause button, and if that happens in the middle of a player's turn, then they carry on in the new round, continuing to play the rest of their cards.
So the effect of that is I don't get to spend these 4 gold.
No, you will. You'll
Your
carry
turn.
on with your turn.
But not until after.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you
Those
mean.
will be clear.
So
I
if
can
you
spend-
wanted one of
I
these,
should have done that earlier.
yeah. So if you wanted one of these, do it now, because what we didn't explain is at the end of the round, I probably did. The market is going to wipe. So yeah, if Pete, you wanted to buy one of those, do it now before you place the tile in there, which you're allowed to do.
Okay, let's have
So
that
you
one.
did. Right. So you've spent your gold. Okay, so scoring. Let's go through how the scoring works. So the first thing is we're going to score is the blue stone blocks. Now the blue stone blocks only score vertically. So if we look at the main tower here, red has 2 vertically in a column next to each other, which is 3 points. So red gets 3 points. Now there is an icon here that I've not explained yet. I will do that. I will explain this after this scoring round. And as I mentioned earlier on, the fact that that is a blue stone block there doesn't matter because that's owned by a different player. So Pete doesn't get any because 1 in a column doesn't get any points. You need at least 2. No other stone blocks there. We do have 2 vertical stone blocks here. So green gets 3 points. And blue gets 3 points for having that there. But red gets 3 points for having that there. We've got a lot of 2 resource tiles on the board. So red's on 10 points. Right, that's the blue stone block scored. Next, wood. So green has 2 here. So that's 3 points for green. So green's now on 10. Any other wood there? Blue gets 3 points. It's all very close, isn't it?
Neck and neck.
There you go.
Elephant to elephant.
Elephant, yeah, or lion to lion on the scoring
Trunk to
track.
trunk.
Any other wood scorings? I don't think there is. Right, stone, which scored very highly this afternoon, isn't scoring at all because stone only scores
Diagonally.
for diagonals, and we have no diagonals of stone. The last thing to score is tar, and tar basically scores 2 points for each link, and a link is when you've got 2 tar next to each other. So Arthur, as red, is going to score 2 points for that link, and also 2 points for that link. Because remember, this counts as everything. So red is going to gain 4 points, and green is going to score 2 points for that link there. And that's it.
Just a question here.
Yep.
If Arthur had a stone in here, would he score for the
He
tar
would.
and for the stone?
Yes,
Okay.
I believe that's right, and hopefully the designers will correct me if I'm wrong on that. But if that single tile can score for multiple different things. Okay, now what we do, we've done the scoring. We're going to return this wild marker to here, and then everybody takes their resources apart from that special
Goes in
one.
the warehouse, yeah.
That goes in the warehouse. All the rest of them go in the bag. then what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of those 3 towers. Yes, that is correct. Thank you. We're going to get 3 new towers, and we're going to get the next tile. Now, this is a larger tile, because what happens is, as the game progresses, you'll find that you are able to move your elephant faster and deliver more resources quicker. So although there are now more spaces to fill, we are probably going to fill it at roughly the same rate because we're going to be delivering things faster. Okay, we've done that, we wiped the market. We need 5 new cards, guards. Oh, black market. And the non-black market. So the black market is an interesting card, because what this does is it allows you to remove one of your tiles from the tower to gain 3 gold. You basically turn up to the tower late at night, steal a tile, and sell it to some guy down a back alley. The quad tile can even combo with a single dual tile. Yes. Okay, yeah, got that. Right, and it's still your go, Pete, but that was it, wasn't it?
That was
there was nothing else that you had to do. So we're now in round 2 of the game. So I said I was going to mention this icon here. We were very, very close to triggering this icon in the first round of the game. So any time except during a scoring round that your marker moves to the 5 space or the 10 space, you take one of these confusion tiles and you place it on any empty space of the board. Now what that does is it blocks that space. You will score a point if you place it over a resource, and you will get this benefit if you place it there. But what this confusion tile does is everybody who is next to it, they will lose 1 point if they are next to a confusion tile. Now there is a variant rule in the rule book that if you don't like that rule, then you can just remove it. You still place the confusion tile and it still blocks a space, but the variant rule says that it doesn't actually give any negative points to anybody. But we're playing it that it does give negative points, which is the default rule of the game, and it does allow for a little bit more player interaction and potentially some swearing as well when you place the confusion tile right in the middle of another player's pieces. And if you were wondering why, when I had 3 spaces filled, that I wanted to fill it with one of my pieces, even though it wasn't going to be worth any points, is because I was worried that somebody was going to put a confusion tile.
And that somebody would have been me.
And that somebody would have been Arthur. So I thought about that. Right, okay.
I knew that's why you were doing it.
At this point, if you've watched this video so far, you've probably got a good idea of how it plays, and all of those extra little rules, apart from an explanation of every single one of these, hopefully that's given you enough information. Obviously, I'm not saying switch off now. I'm saying stick with us and watch the end of the video, but by this point in this video, you've probably got a good idea of how it plays. Now, speaking of money, I've got a whole boatload of money. The most expensive card in the game is 7, and I can get 7. So I'm thinking of doing it. I'm going to play double, which trashes for 4 gold. So 4 gold, 5, 6, and I'm going to play jobs, which trashes itself, draws a card, and is the extra gold. So I've actually got 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got 7 gold already. And I've drawn wealth for 8. Wow. 9. Right, so I'm going to take deals. I have no idea what it does, but it costs 7. So it's got to be good. And I've got an extra 2. I'm going to take guards, which gets me a point. And then my last card is Voyage. I'm going to move my elephant to here. And this didn't happen this afternoon. I'm specialised in tar. I've just arrived at the tower with some tar. So I gain a point, and I'm going to place it here, which gets me a point. That was a good round.
Very good.
Very good round. And I've got this super powerful card in my deck, whatever it does. We will find out. So draw 1. Now, the other thing that I wanted to mention, I said there were no more rules. There are. When you get your marker to the end of the track, any other movement that you would move it, you just get 1 point instead. So Arthur has already moved his wood marker right to the end of the track. He could continue to just gain points from it instead of moving the other ones.
It's my go.
Sure go.
Okay, I have a contract with. It's not odd in there. It's all discarded, isn't it? I have a contract to move elephants. So I'll load up my elephant, and I will move my elephant 2 spaces, almost to the tower, and then we'll get some blocks, and we'll persuade the elephant to move a little bit further.
Okay.
It arrives.
He arrives. So you've got some tar and some stone.
Yeah. Now I was going to go there, but see, stone's diagonal.
Stones is diagonals, yeah.
So I can place that there.
So that's a match. So that's
That's
a point, which immediately,
Puts the thing there.
or wherever you want,
You're there.
on any available.
Right there.
Okay.
No issue. Sorry, and then there's the other thing that's coming off his elephant, which he's clearly not going to go there now. So
No.
he's going to go. Much of a much, isn't it, really?
Yes.
I'm going to go there.
So that's another point for another match.
Yeah. And I have some more cards to play. I have 1 money, 2, 3 money, 4 money.
Ka-ching.
What can I get for 4 money? That's good. Oh, I like blocks.
Yeah, blocks.
Presumably there's no
Blocks,
issue.
blocks, and more blocks.
Assuming there's no issue with duplicates of cards.
Nope.
Blocks it is then.
Okay.
That's me done.
Another black market.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah. So,
Crikey.
Otherwise known as a teleporter.
so wise. I'm going to take a random tile
A random tile. No, we didn't see it.
and put it on the board. It's one of those.
Some bricks.
Yes. Let's put that there.
Which gets you a point for a match.
And then cargo. I'm going to take a tile from here and put it on the board. I'm going to put that one there, which allows me to put stone in my camp.
A resource in your camp.
Which is going to be that one.
Yeah.
And I replace it.
And remember, if you didn't want stone, you could have somehow gained a gold, spent the gold, and cycled them.
But I do have some gold. I've got 2, 3, and I'm going to trash my double as well.
So you got 7.
I've got 7.
You're going to buy the quarry?
I'm going to buy the quarrel because I
I'm going
can.
to look at these good cards.
Well, there you go. There's one.
That's my go.
I'm not going to buy it.
That's the most money I've seen in the whole game.
Right.
It's pretty good though.
Oh, my elephant should have come back.
As should have been.
So, I am going to... Oh, it doesn't work. No, it's fine. I'm going to play guards, and I'm going to trash it to get 2 elephant movements. So I'm going to load up the tar and go 1, 2. I am then going to play fast track, and I'm going to move this tile to here. So it does match, so I get a point.
Very good.
I'm then going to play loading.
He hasn't stopped yet. Here he goes.
There's more. Now, I'm just thinking about this. Okay, I'm going to generate a gold, and I'm going to use that gold to cycle all of these.
He's hoping for tar, I suspect.
I'm hoping for tar, because I am specialised in tar.
Well, you delivered none yet. No tar. Well, it's all on board.
Okay, whatever. I've then got 2 gold, and I will use that 2 gold to buy a Teamster. Those tiles go back in my bag.
Well, all I can say is thank goodness for that. Because my plan is to play fast track and shift. Ooh. Do I want to use the 4-way thing? Probably do. So I'll fast track that to there.
That tile is nice, isn't it?
Yeah. No, I've got nothing in the camp, which is a bit inhibiting. It's definitely a bit inhibiting. I've got some money. Oh, I could play contracts. Seems like a waste, but I've got nothing from the elephant. So, okay, I'll play contracts. I have a card and a money.
And you've got a gold.
And that makes 3 money. That makes 4 money. I could spend.
Are you thinking of purchasing a wild card?
Yeah, but I'm not sure it's a good. I mean, I could put a wild card in there, which doesn't help because that's not.
So you could put a wild card of tar in there. You'd get the point for it matching, and wild cards are not affected by the confusion.
Oh, are they
tiles.
not?
They're not, because they're whose is it?
And then it's a tar and a tar.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Okay. So I've generated. I think was it 4 money? 1, 2, 3, 4 money, and I'll do that to
Purchase
the tar.
Yep.
Wild card.
So it's 1 immediate point.
Yeah.
You've got a gold floating.
1 money remaining. And I will play elephants to move some goods from the store, which is going to be tar.
Okay.
Camp.
And then P.
Replace that and also.
Yep.
Okay, well,
There's nothing
let's.
to do with money, so well, not much to do with money.
Gambling away.
Gambling away.
What have we got?
Wood again.
Okay.
Which is not really what I wanted, but
You had a 2/7 offsuit.
yes.
Texas Hold'em references.
And then I'm going to play loading. Put that tar in here.
Have you got enough resources in your camp? I mean,
That elephant has just been sitting there with his feet up. We haven't done much elephanting yet. That probably needs to happen soon. What can I do down there? Not a lot. In which case, I'm going to overhaul. I'm going to overhaul the tar to put it here by trashing this card.
Yeah, so that's gone.
And then moving this here, which gives me the double, which goes in here. And then I've got 2 money, which I can use to buy a jobs. That's my go.
Jobs. Right. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to play Teamster, which trashes itself. I draw a card, and I move my elephant. My elephant moves to here. I have delivered tar, which is my speciality. So I move to here. Take this nice little confusion tile, and I'm going to pop it right in there.
That saves me thinking about putting something in there. Okay.
Then I'm going to deliver this tar to here, which gets me a point. Right. Then
Have you moved the elephant without a card?
I play Teamster,
Okay, right, yeah. Which you trash.
which trashed it and goes there. Right. Then here's where it gets clever. I'm going to make some deals. So I'm going to remove one of my tiles from the tower back into my bag to place 2 of these into the tower. It's not quite as good as I thought. But I'm going to put those 2 tiles, 1 there and 1 there, get a point for that one. Very powerful card. Like that. Like that a lot. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is I am going to upgrade my stone. And the reason why I'm doing that is something we've not quite explained. Each one of these spaces that you have unlocked is worth 1 point at the end of the game. And when I say you've unlocked it, I mean you've moved your marker to it. So right now I've got 3 points. But what I'm about to do is I'm about to upgrade my stone, which moves that to there and gets me this. So not only has that got me an extra point at the end of the game, but if you've unlocked all of these spaces, you get an extra 2 points. So effectively, that is 6 points for me at the end of the game. So when you're doing these upgrades, there are two main thoughts. You either go deep or you go wide. I've gone wide, and I've upgraded each of mine at least once, which is not getting many in any of these juicy benefits, but it is getting me points at the end of the game. Whereas Arthur's gone deep into the wood, which means he's got all of these nice benefits, but he hasn't got any of his other.
But I do get 2 points for the end.
You get 2 points at the end of the game for each one of these that you've reached, yes. So I've done the upgrade. What's next? I currently don't have any resources here, so I probably should play some. I don't have fast track. I do have that, but I don't have 3 gold. Oh, I'll tell you what, I'm almost, if I was to get rid of all of these resources, I'm 1 short. Yeah, okay. I'm going to move a resource. It's not tar. That's fine. We'll move that one to here. And then I've basically got 2 wealth. So I will buy... let's buy a Teamster. That is it. My go's done.
Okay, I'm going to use the worker. I'm going to use the bottom ability, which is move an item from stall to camp.
Yeah.
Then sit the stone. That means I have to draw something. Which, as it happens, is useless. Okay, then I'll use wealth. And I'll use that to trash the 3.
You're going to get rid of all. So you set them to the side.
Yeah.
At the end of your turn, they go back in your bag.
Yeah, we need that. Right, 1.
And Arthur has chosen to get rid of all of them. He didn't have to do that. He could have kept 1 of them or 2 of them. Well, you got 1 of each of the 3 things that you didn't have. So.
One of the things I want. Right, I'll then use blocks to send that to the tower. These need to be vertical, so yeah. That then gets replaced. So, end of my turn or
end of your turn?
Right. Okay. I will spend another money
to do them again. Okay.
Not that many left here. I must find what I want.
There's some more wood.
Come on. Yes.
Got it.
And then I'll use blocks.
Nice.
Move
oh, very nice.
So there. Done.
Okay.
I had no money.
So just before Pete takes his turn, there was something else I was going to mention, but I can't remember what it was. What was it? Oh, that was it. 1 or both of the designers are in the chat. So if anybody wanted to know a little bit about what the expansion brings, I don't know myself. So if you're interested in finding out a little bit more about what's in the expansion, feel free to ask the designers in the chat. Obviously, when this game goes on Kickstarter, there'll be lots more information about it. But yeah, if you want to give us a bit of a sneak preview of it, that'd be great. Right, Pete.
I'm going to fast track this one.
Oh, that gets
here.
Was there a match?
No.
No match.
And
but that's 3 blue stone blocks in a row.
Then I'm going to play elephants to put this one here. and
Pile these.
replace it. And then
He's trying to break the game by getting all of his resources here. There's none left in the bag.
well, that'd be an interesting idea. just to test to see if
Theoretically possible.
they've covered that. Then I'm going to do a triple elephant.
So you load it up with two things and it goes all the way there.
Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, and pachyderm delivery systems.
Oh, is that a row of
Put that
4?
there,
That's a row of 4 blue.
and
Nice.
that one there gets me a point.
2 points.
2 points.
Which means you get to place a confusion tile.
Gives me one of these, which I think is going to go
Yeah. Thought you might.
there.
Thought you might.
And then I've still got a card left. Upgrade. I'll put that wood there. No, oh, yeah, that wood there, and then that means this one goes here.
Yeah.
So that goes there.
Okay.
And that's the end of my go.
Hold on. Right. Well, I was about to do that. So I won't do that. What I will do is I will play deals. And I'm going to remove this tile, put it back in my bag, and I am going to put 2 tiles from here straight onto there. Well, none of this is actually that good, and I can't block you two now, so I think it's just maybe getting points. I'll put that one on there for a point, and oh, that gets replenished. This might make a difference.
There's answers coming into the
That's good.
upgrades.
That's good.
To the expansion.
Asymmetric player powers.
Okay.
Perhaps some people get camels instead of elephants.
Maybe. I'm going to put this here as my second one, and I think that replenishes immediately before then resolving the bonus of that space. The bonus of that space is going to be to put that there. That's another new one. Right, so that's my deals done. Still not got what I wanted. Right, I'm then going to play Teamster. I'm going to trash the Teamster to draw a card. And I'm going to move this wood to here. There you go. Then I'm going to play Contractor to move this tar to here. I've got a gold. So I've got 1 gold floating. Replace that. 2 gold. Got another loading. Here it is. Too late. So I've got 2 gold. Okay. Let's load this onto the elephant and play Voyage to move it to there. And then with the 2 gold that I had, I'm going to buy a Teamster. Do like Teamsters. Okay. What am I doing? That's my discount.
Right, so I'm going to load tar to the camp. Then I'm going to play contracts to move my elephant 2 spaces.
Charge.
Yeah.
Almost done with round 2, aren't we?
And then, yeah, we are real soon now. Then I'm going to move the elephant again with the voyage.
Oh, here we go.
Arrive. And goes there for points. Goes there.
For not a point.
For not a point.
Yeah.
Point. Goes home. Oh, I didn't see that. Anyway. Then we've got to replace that. Stone. Then I am going to do this one blocks. Let's move. Let's say that's stone. Does it matter? The tower completing.
You get a point for finishing the tower and block off my next link.
And lastly, I will do. Oh, I'll replace that. I'll upgrade. So I will upgrade. Can be either any of those three. Now that will give me a point.
Yeah, if you were to upgrade wood, it would simply just get you 1 point.
And that will give me a point. But any one of those.
Any one of those will give you a point, but will also give you another double tile.
Yeah. And a double. Yeah. Okay. So it's probably more sensible to do that. So, do I care about which one? Probably not hugely. So anyway, I can't do that.
Can't be that one. Yeah.
What I can't do is that one. Yeah, so we'll do stone.
Okay.
So stone goes to the warehouse. This advances to here. And that goes to the warehouse, and
you get a new tile. And you're done.
Done. Oh, no tile. I'm done. Yeah.
Okay, jobs gets me a gold and a card.
Mm-hmm.
Elephants moves that over to here. Because what we really need in this game
is more resources here.
Is more resources in my camp.
Yeah.
I think that's fairly obvious by now.
Replaces your tile.
What do you need is more elephants.
Replacement.
Yeah. We have a strict 1 elephant per player rule.
But you have a really long cart.
Yes.
Then us track will move that to here.
Which is a match. Get a point.
Cargo will move that to here. And I've then got 3 gold.
4.
Oh yes,
You have the jobs as well.
yeah, 4 gold.
You have 4 gold to spend.
4 gold to spend. Well, I don't think we can see much better than 2 more jobs and his brother jobs. And that's my go.
Okay. Well, I am going to play. First of all, I don't know what that's doing now. There. I'm going to play fast track. I'm going to move this wood to there, which completes that tower, getting me 1 point. Then, okay, so what are we going to do next? What are we going to do next? I am going to play upgrade, and we're going to upgrade some stone, which moves me to there, which allows me to upgrade my elephant or take another specialization tile. I'm going to take another specialization tile, and I'm going to specialize in blue stone blocks. Okay, that's that done. I'm then going to move my elephant to here. I've then got 3 gold.
No, I wasn't expecting to get another turn, but it would appear I've got another turn.
You have another turn. I am going to take the market with that 3 gold. 1, 2. End of round 2 is imminent.
Now, you might have thought you weren't going to get another turn, but you probably are.
All right, okay.
Maybe. Well,
I mean, yeah. I mean, what 1 point gets a confusion tile, and that's going to help speed up the end as well.
That might, Yeah, so it might be worth. Yeah, except I'm going to have to put the conclusions in where it hurts me, so I'll probably not in too much of a hurry to do that.
Yeah, the ability to remove your tiles from here, I initially thought wasn't that great, but what I've done is I've moved them away from the confusion tile, so it's actually worked out quite well.
Okay, I am going. These are my goes now. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to use elephants to move a tile to my camp. Mind you, I'm not very happy with the contents of things to be. Well, maybe I should generate a money and.
You have a money here if you
That's
needed
true.
it. I'd forgotten that on my turn
Yeah,
because I don't need
true.
all of these.
It's true. That's not a bad idea. So I will remove those.
Any
Which
three
set
of them.
aside, presumably.
No, they go back to
They
the
go
bag.
back in.
Back to the bag. You've got a gold.
And I'll delete these.
Okay. So they just get set aside.
Do I want to do this?
I don't know.
I'm getting confused. What am I trying to do here? I'm trying to do that. Yeah. I'm not sure I can do what I want to do. Anyway, I've generated the money. That's fine.
You have one money.
And so I could just do money. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 money.
5 money. Black market, whispers, or some combination.
I haven't really got much in their money generations. So they're the same.
They are the same.
So I'll take that. And I'll sort the card to play, which is this one, which is not great.
Mm-hmm. One of the designers said that Whispers is his favourite card. It's quite nice. It's 1 point when you take it, 2 at the end of the game, but you can take back a tile to get 2 points. Take back a tile from here to get 2 points.
Okay.
So it's a point generation card.
Right, so I am going to move.
Going to upgrade your tar.
So that goes there, that advances to there, and that goes in there.
Yeah.
That's me done.
Okay. Gambling away.
Yeah. 7 or 11.
50 quid on red.
Snake's eyes watching you.
You got the wood again. He's a bit rubbish, that gambler. That goes in the bag.
Oh yes, sorry. Goes in the bag.
That goes in the bag.
And I get to take
Move
that
one of your resources
and
to
put
the
it
camp.
there.
Yeah.
So then, well, I've got riches and a guide, which is 3 gold. 3 gold is going to purchase me
some wild
tar.
Okay.
And then I'm going to load up DP Pachyderm D with that. And,
Stone and some tar.
and then with my quarry, I'm going to go plonk, plonk, plonk.
Charge. Right. So what happens here is Pete has turned up with 2 resources and there's only space for 1. So unlike movement points, which any excess are lost, what happens is that Pete's going to unload his first resource. The game is going to go on pause. We're going to do the scoring, and then we carry on, and Pete then delivers the second resource. Now, you may have seen some content on this game from other content creators. That rule used to be different. So the new rules, as we have them as of this week, are that the scoring happens in the middle of the player's turn, and then they carry on with their turn afterwards.
Sorry, because you just said that. It
Yeah.
reminded me. Do you mind if I swap
Yeah,
that
that's
for
fine.
this one?
Yeah.
Which I suspect might be better.
Right.
So
You
that
deliver the
goes
tar.
there.
Yeah.
And as a result of that,
You get to put another resource in your camp.
I get to put that there.
And then what we do is we score. So, first of all, vertical blocks of blue bricks. So we have a line of 3 here for red. That's 6 points. There you go, from 19 to 25.
6.
Yeah. Then we have a line of 4 for green, which is 10 points. So green gets 10 points. We don't have anything there. We don't have anything there. That's it. That's it for the blue blocks. Next, horizontal lines of wood. Nothing, nothing, nothing. I get 3 points. So that's 22. Right. Next, we have stone. So we have 2 stones on the diagonal here for red, which is 3 points, and 2 stones on the diagonal here for blue, which is also 3 points. That's it for the stone. Next, we have tar. So red has got 1 tar link here, another tar link here, and another one here. So that's 6 points for red there.
1, 2,
So 34.
6.
Green has got something similar. 2 points for a link there, 2 points for a link here. So green gets 4 points.
Another one here.
And then over there you've got 2, and blue's got 2. So another 2 points for green, another 2 points for blue. And then we have the confusion. 1 point for finishing the tower. Thank you. Pete, you were owed a point because you finished the tower. Confusion tiles. So the way that the rules are written for confusion tiles is that each tile can only be affected by a confusion once. So if, for example, 1 tile was surrounded by 3 confusion, it wouldn't be -3, it would only be -1. Now that doesn't apply here, but I just wanted to let you know that. So this tile is -1, this tile is -1, this tile is -1, and this tile is -1. So red is getting -4.
Right, this one.
Yeah.
-5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow, -5 points for red. Green is just -1 for this. So the wild ones, because they're owned by everybody, they don't get any negatives. So -1 for green. That's it. That is the scoring for round 2. So Arthur, you take that tile back. Confusions go back here. The wilds go back.
These go back in the bag.
And then everything else goes back in the bag. Right, we move on to the final round of the game. So we need 3 new towers. We need the final piece of tower. It's a 5x5 grid. We refresh the market. And there are still other parts of the game that we've not seen yet. You haven't seen everything. You might see it. I'm trying to get one of them. There are tiles that you can place on the board here that affect things. We had them in the game this afternoon. We just might not get them in today's game.
It's me done.
Right. No, you're not. I'm going to take off pause.
Oh,
We take off pause. Pete now delivers his second resource.
an elephant who means business. So that is going to go there.
Which is a point. And then it goes back. Right. And then you do all of the rest of your stuff. And now you're done?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So I am going to play a Teamster. I'm going to trash it. I'm going to draw a card. And I'm going to move my elephant to here. I'm going to deliver this. And because I'm specialised, I'm going to gain a point. Now, I do have a question for the designers. I'm specialised in both bricks and tar. So what happens if I turned up with an elephant with the tile, which is bricks and tar? Can I count it? Is that 2 points or is that 1? I suspect it's only 1.
1 because it's 1 tile.
Because it's 1 resource. So it's like if you were to draw this tile when you gambled,
Yes.
you don't get both. You choose which one it is.
I mean, does it say in the rules exactly what?
For the gambler, yes. So the designer will tell me, no, the designer says you get 2 points. Oh, okay, right.
Very generous.
But he needs to check with the other designer. And yeah, definitely pop that in the rule book. So anyway, I've arrived. I've got my point. Right, now then, I'm going to put this here, which is a point. Right, now then, we're in business. I am going to play Teamster again, drawing a card. I'm going to load up my elephant with this. I'm going to move it 1 space. This is crazy. This is really interesting. Okay. Wow. I'm gonna fast track. And I'm gonna fast track this resource to here. Then I'm going to play contractor. I'm going to move this to here, getting me a point, which allows me to place this on the board.
Well, you can't penalise me because I'm not on the board.
Put it there. I've got a gold floating. Right, got 1 gold. Maybe I won't put it there. No, I'm going to put it here because that actually gets me a point. So that should have gone back there, get an extra point. Yeah, if you put a confusion tile over an icon, you get the benefit of that icon. Right, I need to replace my tile. It's not what I wanted. Should have done something different. Okay, next. I've got 1 gold floating. I'm going to upgrade. Right, so I'm going to upgrade, and I'm going to upgrade my stone, which moves this to here. So this icon means that I can immediately put 2 resources from my warehouse onto the tower. And I'm going to put these 2. I'm going to put 1 on there and 1 on there, which is an extra 2 points. This is an insane turn. I've still got cards. I'm then going to play deals. I'm going to take 1 of those back, put it back in my bag, to put 2 of these on the board. So I'm going to put that on the board, and I'm going to put it here. And that gets replenished. Come on, beta. It's not. I could spend the gold to refresh it, but I'm not going to. I'm going to put my other one on the board, and it is going to be that, and it's going to go there, which gets me another point. Yeah, I think this is what happens when you play a 6 value card and a 7 value card in the turn. I have 1 card left, and it's purchase. So the 1 gold from that plus the 1 gold from that is going to buy me a Teamster. Right. Biggest turn ever.
Mm-hmm. Impressive.
It was.
Box. Which I'll use to move that wood to there. Now that presumably
gets replenished straight away, and then you resolve the space. That's the way I understand it.
Okay, then I'm going to move that wood to there. Gets replaced.
Was that this resolving this one?
Sorry, it doesn't go there. Is
There you
it?
go.
Yeah, okay. It's replaced. My error. Got spotted. Then
move on the stone track. Yes, I forgot to move my stone. Thank you.
we do a load.
Yeah, we've not seen what these tiles do. If we get to the end of the game and we've not seen what these tiles do, I'll explain them to you.
No, what I'll do is I'll generate some money. Yep, and I'll use that to get rid of these.
You found what you want?
Yeah, I think so, ultimately. Then I'll do a blocks. Move that wood to here.
Mm-hmm.
Take us for the paste.
Yep.
Right, how are we doing? I've got 2 cards left. I'll do a loading to transfer stone here. It's replaced. This is a long turn as well, which is not as productive as Paul. And lastly, the worker. I could move the elephant, which is probably some value to that. Yeah, so
Middle ability, or
I'll even do that one. Well, let's load up the other one first.
Yeah.
So you can never have enough wood.
1 wood and 1 stone.
Now, if I trash the card, I can move the elephant, and I can transfer another thing.
Yeah, in any order.
In any order.
So you could do that.
And this is worth no points at the end. So I think, yeah. Oh, it's in any order, is it? I must admit, I've held off playing this. So I thought the order was fixed.
You can do that. You can do them in any order.
Okay, so move the elephant one. And I will transfer something from here into there.
That's trashed.
That one. That gets replaced and I'm done.
Okay. A few other Pete's.
Great.
So upgrading.
Yeah.
He's got it. Alright, so Pete has upgraded his blue brick track to the last space. So what he's done is he's actually put a little token on the board which has got the elephant movement symbol, and it goes in here. What that means is the next time or whenever Pete's elephant arrives in this space, gets the benefit of that tile, which is an extra movement point, and then tile flips to the other side. And the next time he arrives, he gets the benefit of that, which is to move a resource to the camp, and then it flips again. So basically, Pete has upgraded this space that it's going to give him a benefit every time his elephant enters it.
I use this for gold to trash those 3, something I haven't done before. Being very optimistic that I'm going to get something useful.
Bluestone, and tar. They go into your bag at the end of your turn.
Okay.
It might matter.
So loading.
If in doubt, load. And just for the audience watching, these are not worth anything at the end of the game. Just so you know.
Oh, sorry. Could I use that gold and not this gold? Because this one can be used for something else. And then I'm going to do a double elephant.
Okay, so what you're loading up?
Both
of the bluestones?
Yes.
Okay, so when the elephant moves into here,
it gets turbocharged.
You get the extra movement point, and that flips over. And then you have your second movement point. So you have arrived at the towers with 2 bluestone.
Then got 1 left. I might as well move my elephant again, this time with 2 woods on it, please.
2 wood. And it moves to here. And now the benefit is you can load a resource effectively. Move it from your stalls to the camp. And then it flips back. But it keeps flipping every time you activate it. You all done?
Yep.
I'm going to play elephants to move my elephant. I'm then going to play voyage to move my elephant. So I have arrived at the tower with some bluestone, which is my speciality. I gain a point, and I'm going to put this. Ooh. Ooh. I want to put a stone there. So I best not do that, had I? I'm just going to put it down here, which gets me a point. Right, I'm then going to drop off that there. Right. Then we're going to load. And then, you'll like this, I'm going to use the 2 gold from the riches to play market. I'm going to buy a wild tile. Get that one, and I'm going to put it there.
Ow, ow, ow.
Oh.
Right, it's me, done. 1, 2.
Okay, what else on the move? 1, 2. That's getting in there. And that. turns. That should go on a stone. Is there a stone? There is no stone.
There's no more stone.
Could put it in there.
You could. That would potentially deny me 4 points.
Yeah, well, that's got to be worth. Stone needs to be diagonal. There's not much scope for diagonals in this.
There's a potential 3 there.
Yeah, right. That's going. Yeah, I will place it there.
Okay.
Then I can put something.
You can load. Yeah.
Here to. Yeah, is that right?
Yep.
Yep. Sounds correct.
That gets replenished.
Replaced.
Sort of putting on a brave show of not being upset by that.
Well, I was very upset with what he did.
It's fine. I'll take the 10 points. Make a note on Arthur's account.
Right, so what else needs to be done? I could do that. Which will immediately get jumped on probably, but there you go. Yep, so I'll play a fast track.
Is the power piece coming out?
Yeah, may as well.
It is.
Otherwise it's not going to come out at all. I'll go there.
You get a point.
Get a point.
Which means you can place a confusion marker.
Am I right? If I place that there,
You can't.
I know I can't. Well, I could.
You could have done.
Perhaps arrange to, but
Yeah.
it only affect that.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
However,
There's quite nice.
it's like good space.
Yeah, that takes 2 points off me and 1 point off Pete.
And if I placed it there, what would that?
It would just be 1 point off me.
Okay. So covering up doesn't.
Oh, covering it would get you 1 point as well.
Okay, so then we have more cards. Maybe I should move the elephant. So we'll load up the elephant with. That and that. Does it work? Yeah. And then I can move the elephant one. And then I've got 2 money, with which I can buy a card, which might be used. I will have the Teamster.
Got it.
That's done.
Gambler. Come on,
Yeah,
gambler.
come on. This is the time. He's been on his losing streak. He lost 3 straight games in a row.
And it's
Not again, is it?
another wood.
I think he needs to get a new job.
That goes straight back in the bag.
He goes back in the back.
So that can go there.
That's the same tile 4 times.
Stupid gambler.
The chance of that is, yeah, 4 to the power of 4.
And
256? I think so. Yeah, 1 in 256.
of course I replaced that. And entire turn has been wrecked thanks to Arthur, as usual, which is speciality, wrecking other people's
Special
turn.
ability.
Yeah.
Destroy the next player's turn.
Can I not sit left of Arthur? next
Red
time?
Lion should also move up. Oh, yes, thank you. Accidentally knocked 10 points off Arthur.
That was hurtful. Many thanks to whoever's watching the chat.
That pesky designer, always helping out.
Just do something. Let's put that there to get a point.
1 point.
And let's put that there to put that
Load some more.
there and
Oh, Dara's popped in. Hi, Dara. Thank you for joining in. Good to see you.
place it.
Hope you're doing okay. I think you'd like this. Definitely you'd like it.
And I've got 3 money left, which I will use to buy
Signet. That's a new card. I've not seen that before.
So I
Trash this card to draw a card and trash another card
out of my hand.
out of your discard pile or ones that you've played this turn.
Okay. And I get a point when
And it's a point immediately when you
Well, let's
buy
give
the
that a
card.
go and see what happens.
So you immediately gain a point, which allows you to place one of those.
Ooh.
There's an obvious spot. Yep. I suspect I'll be getting some negatives this round.
And that's my go.
Right, I'm going to play some gold, and then I'm going to use those 2 gold at the market to place this wild card here, which gets me a point. Then I'm going to play the Teamster, trashing it to draw a card to move my elephant. But before I do, I'm going to load it up with That's All Rubbish. That's all rubbish. But we'll load it up with that. Move it to there. Then I'm going to move it again to there. And then I'm going to play 2 gold. I will take another Teamster. That's a fairly quick turn.
First thing I'll do is upgrade. I'm going to upgrade blue bricks. So that goes to there. This moves to here.
After you've got them all now. That's the 6 points.
There. That's that one done. I've got to replace the chip with another one, which is that one. Then we are going to do a blocks. Move that stone to here. Stone's the diagonal. isn't it?
Stone's the diagonal, yeah.
Which also, well, that then gets replaced.
Load.
And then it lets me place something else in the camp, which on the face of it probably has to be wood. It's replaced. A stone. Right, now. No. Move the elephant. Ooh, elephant's in play. Yeah. Oh, 1, 2, 3. No. All right. I'll move the elephant. And that's 2 money. And I could destroy a tile for 3 money, but if I destroy that one, Paul might leap in there.
I might.
So I don't think I'll do that.
And if you destroyed that one, you wouldn't get the confusion penalty, but you'd lose out on.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so I will, in fact, just move another tile into the encampment.
Yeah.
Which is going to be. We've got the elephant. So much wood. Actually, no, not wood. Tile.
Okay.
It's replaced.
And did you have any money?
Yeah, 2.
Jobs or Teamster?
Jobs, please.
His job.
Done.
Yeah.
Loading. Let's put some stone over there. Starting to look a bit empty in our more stone. Then 3 money, which can only be money. Let's have a double elephant move. So we go trundle, 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 and then we'll put those in here. Here. Elephant reverses.
Beep,
Beep, beep, beep, beep.
beep.
And then I got another gold. Or another movement with an elephant. Or no, I'll have 2 jobses. Pair of jobs.
Okay.
And that's my go.
Right. So I'm considering doing some shenanigans.
Ooh.
I'm trying to work out what will lose me the least points. But I might just do something and then put it straight back again afterwards. So I'm going to play deals, and I am going to remove a tile, and it's going to be this tile. That goes back in my bag. And I get to place 2 tiles from here onto here. Now, what we've been doing is we've been placing one, replacing it, and then placing the other. I think that's right, because I think these replenish literally immediately as soon as you remove it. So I will put that in there, which gets me a point for a match. I'll replenish it. Guitar. And then I am going to put that one in there. The second one. Yeah, you always have a choice of 3 tiles. Right, okay, so even in the middle of an action, as soon as one of those is empty, that takes the highest priority. Right, that's my deals done. I am then going to play upgrade. I'm going to upgrade that wood, which moves that to there, which allows me to place 2 things from here in the temple, which is exactly the same as that. So the first one I'm going to place is the wood, putting it on there, which gets me a point. That gets replaced by stone. Now, I'm then going to place the tar, my second one of that, here, which I know is going to lose me a point, but it gets me a point, which means I put this on the board. Put that there. Sorry, not sorry. Right. And then, oh yeah, that should come down here, that should go up there, thank you. Then I'm going to play, got this as well. Forgot I got that. Okay, right. Let's play this as an elephant movement. So I've turned up with them wood. I'm not specialised in wood. I'm going to put it there. Then I'm going to play contractor, which allows me to put one of these on. So I'm going to put that on there. And I get a gold. I have 1 gold. I have 2 gold. And I'm going to return these 3 for an extra gold, for 3 gold to buy bribing. Right, done.
Yeah, the elephant move.
Game doesn't have much longer left, I don't think.
Especially blue ones in there.
Point.
2 points. Well, point as you say, yeah.
A point for finishing the tower, yeah.
And then the other tile, I could put it there, which will cost me.
Yeah, next round might be the last round.
Net 0. That's actually a point.
Point.
That's probably as good as I'm going to get. And then we have some more cards.
Yeah, 3 spaces left. So what happens at the end of the game, once the towers are filled, you do interrupt the game for the final scoring, but any additional... sorry, no, you don't. You don't interrupt the game for the final scoring once the end of the game has been triggered. What happens is you play until all players have had the same number of turns, and if anybody would place a tile in the tower, instead they gain a point. And then once everybody has had the same number of turns, that's when you then score the towers at the end of the game.
I'll play contracts to draw a card and gain a money.
You have a gold.
Could do that, which prevents Well, it doesn't do much, but may as well do it. No, oh, okay, no, that would interrupt. Maybe I spend the money first, right? So 1, 2. Oh, hang on, I've got money from there as well.
You got money from the contract. So that's 3,
4.
potentially 5.
Probably is worth it. Probably is worth it.
Well, there's a 6 in there. There's no 5s.
You can't spend out of the camp, no?
Nope.
Curses. Well, okay. Nevertheless, the 3 is worth a victory point.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll spend 3 on that. And I think I might want
That should not be there.
2 left over, but I don't think those things are worth points.
Not at this stage.
Okay, so bottom.
Yeah.
And the last card is a blocks card. So I could put something in and end it. Oh no, it doesn't end it.
It doesn't end it, but you get a point and lose a point. Whereas if you put it there, you wouldn't get anything, but you'd stop Pete getting some points maybe.
Woods horizontal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. All right, so something out of here. That is auto injury. We'll make it wood.
Make it your own wood.
Right. That's it.
Well done.
Replace
Right, so we're probably starting the last round because Pete was the start player, and all it's going to take is 2 blocks, and then the end of the game is triggered.
So, Jobs and his brother. 2 gold. And I can draw 2 cards.
Draw 2 cards, effectively, yeah. So you've got 2 gold.
Well, I'm going to get 2 points and lose 2 points. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to play upgrade.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, it doesn't work. Yes, it does. Yes,
Stone
it does.
or tar.
I can upgrade tar. That's what I want to do. So I'm going to upgrade tar, put that there, replace it.
And immediately place a wild card into the tower.
Immediately place a wild card. Doesn't matter.
It's not good. Well, putting it there will get you a point. Putting it there will get you a point. Because you've finished a tower.
So that gets me a point.
Gets you a point for finishing the tower. Yeah.
Still got 2 gold.
Mm-hmm.
That's another gold. So it's 3 gold.
3.
3 gold buys me another.
Oh, well, there you go. Gets you another point for finishing the tower.
And it doesn't give me any negatives.
Nope. And it stops me
And
fast tracking
then-
that tar there.
There's the game immediately end now?
No, that's triggered.
Okay.
We play to the end, and then we score the towers.
And who was the first player?
So then I
Play with the
play.
yellow elephant.
Then I play
Oh,
quarry.
We'll get another set.
Yeah.
I'll draw some cards then.
Then I play the quarry.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter.
It
what
doesn't
you do.
matter. You just load up 2 resources. You move 3, but when you land there, you get an extra movement point. So you overshoot the temple, zoom off into the distance. Yeah. You deliver those. You get 2 points.
My
And they've got- those go in
elephant
your
doesn't
bag.
come back. Does my elephant come back?
I think it does.
But it probably
You
doesn't.
lose any excess movement
Okay.
points, but it comes back.
Because it doesn't matter because I had another elephant, but I'm not going to be able to use it, so
No.
it doesn't matter. Okay, that's the end of my go.
Okay, and that's your game done.
Yeah.
So I'm going to fast track that resource into the tower. Gets me a point. I am going to generate 2 gold and then bribe somebody, spending that 2 gold to get 2 points. And that's it. Yeah.
Right, I am going to load my elephant up with anything. I'm going to move it twice.
1, 2.
Then I am going to move it again with teams to discard.
Dropping these off, getting 2 points.
Card.
And just a note, if you were to trigger one of these icons in this last part of the game, you would still get a point for being able to place one of these on the board, even though you don't actually place it.
That might be about to happen.
Oh, right, okay.
These are...
Those are back in your bag.
Back in the back.
Yeah. Have you got 3 more movement
I
points
think I
then?
might have, yeah.
Okay.
But I want to maybe get another goods down there. So I can fast track... Oh, I can fast track an item in the tower. I can move something out of storage to there.
Yeah. Load them both on.
And that's replaced.
3 movement.
Yeah, so then I've got a double move and a move.
So there you go. So you get 2 points for dropping off those 2,
Mhm.
and an extra point
For
for
that.
being able to place that.
And then
That's a big move,
I will play that to move something out of my warehouse into...
which is another point. Right. So we are now going to do round 3 scoring. First of all, we're going to score vertical columns of bluestone. So I've got 4 in a row there, which is 10 points. Green's got 3 in a row there, which is 6 points. Nothing there, nothing there, nothing there, nothing there. Red's got 2 there, which is 3 points. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's the bluestone scored. Next, wood. We have red's got 3 in a row there, which is 6 points for red. Blue's got 2 there, which is 3 points. Nothing there. No. And green's got 2 there, which is 3 points. Right. Over here, blue's got 2 next to each other, which is 3 points. That's it for the wood. Next, the stone, diagonals of stone. I've got 2 there next to each other, which is 3 points. We have a diagonal of stone for red, which is 3 points. That's it. Tar. So I've got 1 link, 2 links, 3 links of tar here, 4 links. So I've got 8 points. Okay. Other tar links. Anybody else got any?
I don't think I've got any.
Ooh.
Didn't do any tiles, did I?
And now confusion tiles. So I'm getting -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6. So I lose 6 points. Green is getting -1 for that. And that's it. Yeah, so this tile is affected by 2 confusion tiles, but it's still just -1 point. So -1 for green, red, and -1 for that. So
Does these not get
red.
minuses? Does it not affect these 2?
Sorry, I keep not seeing that one as red for some reason. Yeah, so -1 for that, -1 for that, and -1 for that.
But not that one.
No, only
Diagonal
orthogonally adjacent.
Of course, it's diagonal, yeah.
Right, that's that scoring. So we could clear this, but we don't need to. What we now do is we take all of the cards. Well, in fact, let's do the player boards first. So if we do my player board, I've got all of these 4, which is 4 points, and an extra 2 because I've got all of them. So that's 6 points for me. I didn't get any of my things to the end, so no bonus points for that. So 6 for me. Arthur.
So I've got all of
The
those
6.
moved.
And you've also
I
reached
think,
the end, so I think you're an 8.
Yeah, okay.
8 points. Pete.
I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points.
So 5 points for green. Okay, and now we do the cards. So every card that you've got,
He's going to hope.
which is worth an orange number of points. I had loads this afternoon.
These are the surprises.
I've got 8.
Virtually nothing. I've probably got virtually nothing again. I've got 10 actually.
10 points.
10.
10 points. And that is the final scores. So I managed to win with 78. Second is Arthur with 65. And third is Pete with 62. So relatively close. But there you go. That's how the game plays. Now, before you disappear, I did say I was going to promise that I would explain what the rest of these tiles do. So we've seen this one. This is the one that Pete played. It goes on the first space on the board, and it gives you bonuses when you land on it. This one is an immediate one-off. You get to take any one card from the market. So basically grab the most expensive card from the market, and you can trash one of your other cards, filling your deck. This is an interesting one. So this is a gold thing. This just goes in front of you, and then every turn, the next turn you have 2 gold to spend extra, and then you flip it over. And the turn after that, you've got 1 gold to spend. And then the turn after that, you've got 2 gold to spend. So it's basically a gold fountain that generates gold for free. And the last one we saw. But that's it. I think you saw everything in the game. And that's the base game. Now, I went into this game at the start saying this is a light to medium game. This actually felt, this second game that we've played today, heavier for me than the first time we played. Now, it's not, but I think after playing it this afternoon, I felt like I was making more informed decisions and I had more control over what I was doing.
Yeah, and I think we were making more blocking moves, weren't we?
There was more blocking moves and there was a lot more spending gold to cycle your resources. Because when I learned the game for the first time, and it was like, oh, you could spend a gold to cycle your resources. I'm not wasting a gold. I need my gold for other stuff. But actually, getting the right resources here at the right time can be very important as well. And quite often, you've got 1 gold spare. So, there you go. We are all done. So, first of all, big thank you to everybody for watching us live. And if you're not watching live, if you're watching back later on, leave me a comment, give the video a thumbs up and all of that usual stuff. If you like the content that I create and you're not already subscribed to the channel, please feel free to subscribe. A big thank you to Bedouin Games for their support, for sponsoring this video and for helping me out during the week with learning the game. It's been much appreciated, and I hope that this video has given you a good idea of how the game plays. As I mentioned at the start, our job here is to show you how the game plays and help you make a decision about whether it's the kind of game that you want to back. The final version of the game might be slightly different. I don't know. They might decide to tweak 1 or 2 of the cards. They might tweak a little bit of the graphic design. Who knows what they're going to do with it. But there's also the expansion. And if you want to know more about the expansion, the trailer is online, and that full details of that will be available on the Kickstarter page. And if you're interested in backing the game, Kickstarter goes live on the 9th of July 2024. There is a link to the Kickstarter in the description of this video, so check that out if you're interested, and you can click that little notify button to be told when it goes live. We're all done. Thank you to you two for joining me for this afternoon and for this evening. Thank you again to everybody for watching, and we will see you all next time. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.